My dad struggled, grew up in a poor family. He says, I don't want my family to struggle like the way I've had to struggle. He's like, I'm going to work and dedicate my time to try and create an opportunity so that we could all benefit with a better future.
To me, a real star is someone that is happy to share his path.
Someone who brings something to the community and the people.
So that people can get inspired and realize that boundaries are often just set in their minds.
You realize you actually have an opportunity, you have the power of the microphone, kids look up to you.
I think we all have a responsibility in life to do good. There's a lot of kids around the world in many countries that don't have access to even education. There still is racism, there still is poverty, there still is inequality.
One way that I see sport having the power to change the world is young girls and the confidence that sport can give them. It has the power to change the landscape of their lives.
It inspires them and motivates them to go about their life and their job and see a story of perseverance.
The first time I saw the possibility of what sports can do was the Rugby World Cup back in 1995 in South Africa, just after the apartheid. I remember being out in the streets, hundreds of thousands of other South Africans all of a sudden connected, people that had hated each other over decades.
Sport can take you to a different place.
It has the power to make a lot of changes.
It can give you hope. It can give you something to believe in.
There's so much more than going out and losing weight. Sport is about feeling good and changing your environment for the better.
Sport.
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 Sport
Unites us.
Sport unites us.
Deliveroo presents Decision Time. You want everything. But what's it going to be this time? Pizza. Yes. I love you. Scrap that. Burger's in town. Come and dance, you delicious meaty beauty. Chicken. Go on, have a pink bite. Rain down, you crispy. Oh. Tim's ordered noodles. Decision made. Order now. Deliveroo. Food, we get it.
Monzo Flex lets you pay later for pretty much anything.
Can I buy my mum a posh tea and pay in 3, interest free?
Yeah, you can.
Can I buy a brand new top and the payment's neatly chopped?
That's exactly what Monzo Flex does.
Split a flight into 6, catch my plane without a hitch.
I'm sure if you leave enough time to get to the airport.
Can I get a meal that's delicious but nutritious in Mauritius?
You can, but this is actually getting a bit annoying.
Buy a sofa, put up shelves, and then pay for them in 12.
Sorry, do you all talk like this?
A West End show?
Yes.
With my mate Mo?
Not really my department.
That I bought 2 weeks ago.
Actually, you can flex the purchase even after you've paid for it.
Ooh, clever.
Yeah, I know.
Can
I'm pretty sure you can. With Monzo Flex, pay later for, pretty much anything. In 3 instalments, interest-free, or 6 and 12 instalments at 19% APR representative variable. Straight from your Monzo bank account.
It happens you're here, you've beaten over 3,000 people to get to the final 16. Tell me, how does it feel?
It feels really amazing for me.
Literally on the blue line. Yeah.
What does the live day mean to you?
It means everything to me. All I've been working through from when I was younger, this is my chance to prove myself.
This is Onside Academy.
Hello and welcome back to the Onside Academy YouTube channel. 1 game down, 1 to go. The Onside Academy under-16s defeated the Valenti under-16s in a 5-0 in what was a really good contest. A lot to be taken at that game, and both sets of players did themselves proud. So now on to the under-19s of both sides here. Again, on a really good Worthing pitch. Lovely day here in Worthing as well. I've got Alexander Couillet to my left. Alex, really good first game. So what we're hoping for now for the second game, the under-19s one?
I think for us, under-19s, obviously from a competitive standpoint, I think this one will be a step further. I can see both teams, my team of course Onside, and the team on my left of me, Valenti. Some really good players, players from a mixture of their college program, players who have been in academies and who haven't. And the good thing about the Valenti Academy is that for years and years they've had a track record of seeing players move on from their college academy. And sometimes people always always say, oh, college academies, is it good? Is it, whatever. Actually, Valenti are a testament to that. They're quite good at what they do. And as we can see today, I think this will be a very competitive match.
That's exactly why Onside had them as opponents. It's going to be a really good test today. I'm very much looking forward to seeing what the under-19s can produce. Some familiar names on this team sheet. Emmanuel Robe is someone I remember from right at the start when I've been commentating on Onside Academy games. Certainly one of my favourites. Carl Roberts is another player I enjoy watching, real tricky wide man. Kevin Quintero, number 10, I think a very skillish player. Again, someone who's always caught my eye on watching, Nathan Teshola, number 4 for Onside in the middle. So some excellent players in this Onside Academy under-19s team. And of course, the main man in goal, Damien Niemczewski, again, top goalkeeper for Onside. Obviously, you can see there on the screen that is the full lineup for Onside today.
And I think if you look at the starting lineup for Onside, is that you've got a lot of experience. And one thing we've taken from a lot of these players have been released from academies, whether it's Damien's, Tyrone at Bristol, Iffy at Stoke, Frank at Cambridge, Seb at Blackpool, again Nathan Blackpool, Joshua at Oxford, Kevin Palace, Emmanuel Peterborough. If you look at all of this, even Emmanuel Robe this year, he has, done really well in non-league. He's, I think in 8 games he's scored 6. And I think with a lot of 19s, 18, 17, 18, 19s, when they do get released from clubs, some of them do get very lost. And some of them pretend maybe or say, oh, well, I don't think I'm good enough for non-league. I don't know if it's my standard. But actually, sometimes it actually is your standard, because actually you can get better over time. And that's what a lot of my players have done this year, is go to non-league, get that experience, and go out and play.
That's a great place to get grounded in the non-league. Well, before kick-off, if you didn't see it earlier on, there's a really good interview with Emmanuel Paul and, of course, Alexander Couillet to my left. Enjoy watching this before we kick off. Then, you'll be back with us very shortly.
Hi, I'm Emmanuel Paul, and this is Onside Academy.
Emmanuel, Onside is back for another year. You've had a tough test ahead for your fixture against Valenti. How are you approaching the game?
For me, it's simple. I think we've approached it quite well. It's taken us about 3 weeks to get to this point, and we've done a lot of training with the boys and got them mentally and physically prepared for the game. And we've done a lot of one-to-one stuff with the boys as well to make sure that they're fully adequate to perform on the pitch. And that's how we've prepared for the game.
I loved how you touched on that mental approach within football. How would you say in terms of the boys, how they've grown mentally?
I think from when I first had them, I would say that they were quite, some of them were quite mature, some of them are coming from different walks of life. You know, so it's important to know and understand the player individually and collectively as well, and understand what kind of like keeps them ticking and what they need to make sure that they perform on the pitch. And yeah, they've been doing quite well, and it's a testament to them and the hard work.
Alex, Onside is back for another year. What are you looking forward to seeing from the team?
I think for me, I'm looking forward to seeing the players move on. I think that's our ultimate goal at Onside, is for players to come every year and move on. This year, obviously, has been a bit of a difficult year for us. In the fact is that initially we weren't going to have an Onside 16s and 19s. What that's meant for us is that we had a smaller time to obviously recruit the players and obviously showcase them for the game this Friday.
Onside is known for the rigorous process of recruiting players. Can you explain how you have come about these 16 players?
Yeah, so these 16 players, in my opinion, I think they've worked hard in a small space of time. We have obviously KPIs and performance indicators for all our players in terms of what we look for, how we see them, and if they can potentially move on to the next level. Obviously, for us, we started our recruitment process around August, and then at the end of August, we basically had a trial game where we invited all our players that we've either spotted or has been recommended to us, and we had around 3,400 applicants, and we've had to cascade that down from 300 to 100 to 50 to the final 22, and then here to 16 where we are at the moment. So it's been very, very difficult. It's a rigorous process. The players who are obviously here today, they've basically worked hard, and I think we should be immensely proud of them.
So in terms of those 16 players, what would you say you've been looking for? What would you say you've looked for within them in terms of that process going through the journey?
I think a lot of it is desire, the want. It's never been haves. We don't really tend to like haves. We like wants. Do they want it? Do they want to be a footballer? Do they want to perform on the highest level? Sometimes a lot of these players just need a push. Sometimes a lot of these players need avenues. And some of the biggest challenges of all is that some players get bad advice. And that's something that we do quite well at Onside, is we hear them. Some people come broken, some people come as they are. But we take each individual on the talents that they bring, and we continue to work with them to ensure that we can push them to either a club. But the thing about Onside, which is very, very different from, I think, other showcase academies, that they come in as boys and they leave as men. And that is the main plan on what we try to do with our team at Onside.
That's amazing to hear. It seems like the culture within Onside is amazing. Last season, we saw players like Kazim, Joshua, Daniel move on to pretty big clubs. And the year before that, we've seen the likes of Yaku, Jeremy and Ife move to Category 1 clubs. What has their progress been, and do you think this year's cohort of players can match that success already?
100%. I think with the coaching that's been done by Emmanuel, Okwe, Festus and Simon, I think the sky's the limit with them. I've obviously been in and around the 16s team. I've seen some of the players that have come through, and I think the most difficult thing about this year, I think, for the coaches is basically saying, listen, no, unfortunately, this is not your time to play in the live game, but potentially in the near distant future, you will have your opportunity. We've got some great players. We've got players like Benjamin Wetchi, who's been with us since he was 14. He's transitioned. About 14, he was playing with the 16s and 19s. You know, we see people like Santino, who, you know, a guy with so much talent, he decides to turn down a contract offer at Norwich. So those type of players who actually see Onside as an outlet for them to explore their horizons. And for us, I think that we've got a great team. I'm not saying the team last year were bad, but this team is something to die for. And I think any club will like the players that we have on show for this year.
Two really good interviews there with Emmanuel and Alex, and again some excellent topics covered. Again, just to touch on that interview again, Alex, I really like what you say about, you know, wanting to see that desire from the players and looking for the wants, not haves. So again, it just shows that the demanding process that for the top players that you want here at Onside Academy.
Yeah, 100%. 100%. It's about obviously wanting it, and if you want to be a footballer, if you want to make it in life, you have to work hard for it, and that's something that we as the staff at Onside, that's the ethos we carry for the players. That's what we carry for them as well, and we tell them that they have to obviously want it. You know, look, with the under 16s, we said we had about 3,000 applications, but for the under 19s, is it invite only. So you can only be invited. You can't just turn up. Obviously, we do open it some now and then for players to come in, but it's more invite only. And obviously, if we do see players on a trial day that we like, we can incorporate them into our squad. So if you look at all the players here, they're all ex-academy. Most of them, well, say literally, I think 98% of them are ex-academy. So for them, they want to obviously make it through. You've got people like Iffy, who's potentially going to be going out to America shortly. You've got quite a few players here who have something always lined up for them. But for me, I just want the best for them, and I just want them to develop wherever they go.
Yeah, exactly. Again, the ethos is to move the players on and push them on further. And obviously, you said one of the most difficult things was saying no to some players. Again, so it just shows the interest that Onside Academy has and how many players want to get involved.
100%. It's difficult to say no, especially when you have like a squad of 2022 and you can only bring 16 into the squad. And sometimes that's very difficult for us, especially if the player is talented, but maybe just fall short of what you would want in your team for this occasion. But then one thing I will say is that I've heard this before, and it's quite funny. You see this sometimes where scouts will leave like half time and literally leave because they basically feel that that's it. They've seen the starting 11, that's it. But actually, sometimes on the bench, you would have a player that's very, very good. And we've signified that in quite a few signings we've had recently where the players didn't start, but actually they're the ones that have moved on compared to the starting 11. So, these type of games, I mean, you bring some funny reactions and funny stories. But, like I said, we're just here to do our job, and that's to put on a good show and get these players moved on.
Never leave a game too early. And again, we've seen some great talent come off the bench, want to prove that point and make the most of their time as much as possible. And again, having a look at the lineup again. Emmanuel Robe is someone I personally really like. It's so quick up front. Again, the team sheet's up there. And again, Carl Roberts, it's someone I think can really run at players. So, yeah, as you said, Alex, it's invite only, and I see a lot of familiar, talented names in there. And again, some such exciting talent. Again, Roberts, Robe, and again Quintero. They're just names that stand out to me, and I'm really looking forward to seeing them shortly.
Yeah, definitely. And the commentary box, I've just obviously received a note that potentially Carl might not be starting. I think due to potential knock that he got while he was warming up. I'm still trying to get information on that, but the note that's passed on to me that he won't be starting, and he's been replaced by David Robe. So that's what I've got so far. And if I get any more updates, I will definitely let you know.
So what can David bring to the table again? I don't know, presuming he's brother of Emmanuel?
Yes, he is. Okay, so Emmanuel Robe, very quick, very strong, very powerful, in front of goal, front three. David Robe is literally the mini-me of his brother. He's quite versatile. He can play in different positions. He's only under 18, so he is a first-year scholar, if I'm correct, or second-year scholar stage. He's very, very talented like his brother, and both of them, I'm sure they will complement each other.
No, I can't wait. Again, that's going to be the two brothers playing up front as well. So again, they know each other better than anyone in the squad, and again, I'm sure they'll really know how to link up well with each other. It's a shame for Carl. I hope he can still play some minutes this afternoon again shortly.
I think it's also difficult because I think Carl was at Birmingham City yesterday. So I think it was on a trial talent ID thing, and I think obviously maybe just the tight leg from coming last night. So but as soon as I get some information, I'm sure I'll let you know.
And Nathan Tashola, just the first man on the pitch here. He's come across to the sidelines. Both sets of players still aren't out yet, but yeah, Nathan Tashola the first one out. I think quickly collecting his water bottle, I think it is. So yeah, again, both sets of players will be out shortly. I can't wait for this match. Yeah, it's the final one of the day, so it's got a lot living up to living up to, though. Again, that first one was an impressive contest, but again, you spoke about this, Alex. I think that the under-19s, there might be that little extra, maybe a couple percent, you know, extra competitiveness between, the two sets of players. So I can't wait to see what is in store.
100%, and I think with the Valenti side as well, you know, one of the things that they do quite well is the type of players that they have, and they bring year on year, and obviously the track record of Bobby Barry and his team at Valenti, and I you know, these are a well-coached team. You know, if people look like endurance, I remember him. He was at Colchester United. Ronan doing really, really well in non-league at the moment. There's other players that obviously I have my time as a scout. I know, and like I said, with these type of players, all they want is an opportunity and a place where they can develop and move forward. That could be in the UK, Europe, or potentially in America.
That's great to see. So again, both sets of players are out. So quick talk through the lineups before we get underway. So starting with Onside Academy's under-19, so it's Damien Niemczewski in goal. In the back four is Tyron and Buenimo, Iffy, Udeno, Franklin, Enze, and Seb Wiley make up that back four. So it now will be David Robe on the right, Nathan Tishola and Joshua Anifo Woes in the middle, Kevin Quintero playing as that number 10, Emmanuel Obona on the left, and David's brother Emmanuel up front. So Valenti line up as follows: Endurance Johnson, who Alex just spoke about there. Look forward to seeing him in goal. Back forward, Ben Barney, Shimron, Eaton, Bonnick, Ruben Mason, and Sashon Lutumba. The two midfielders would be Owen Bolger and Ronan Hutchins. And there's an attacking trio with Ollie. I think it'll be Ollie Starkey on the right. It might be Carl Ian. We'll wait and see. Isaac Kamin in the number 10, and Favour Onuk Wally on the left-hand side for Valenti. So both sides just in their huddle at the moment. Again, the sun is beaming down on the Worthing turf. Final game of the day. It was 5-0 to Onside in the first one, but again, spoke about this after the first game. Result isn't really the main thing. It's about, again, the development of the players, just the experience as a whole. So again, it's going to be another real good contest. But let's see the under-19, as we just touched upon a moment ago. That might be that extra couple of percent, maybe a bit more quickness and sharpness in the play, maybe obviously further developed players, and these are players that have real good academy experience. So both huddles are done. Last minute warm-up for Valenti. Looks like they're in a Crystal Palace away kit, Valenti, actually.
Yeah,
on the graphic came up Crystal Palace.
No,
as well.
yeah. So I could explain that. So Crystal Palace are one of the partners of Valenti Academy. They've been going for years, and lots of players that have been at Palace have gone to Valenti and vice versa. And obviously Bobby Barry, as you know, is well known within Crystal Palace. So that's the reason why they are. And it's also good to see that clubs are giving back. That's the main thing. That's the main thing, and that's why I'm very glad. And it's a really, really nice kit. And I think the sun is shining on them, and then we are wearing that dark black. Boring kit of Onside.
I was going to say not trying to be biased, but I really like the Onside. I really like the Onside kit. But yeah, two very, very nice kits, and let's hope it's a good game to match. So we're underway here. Long ball from Ronan Hutchins, searching for Isaac Kamin. Touch it forwards. And Franklin Enze plays it back, and it's a long ball from Niemczewski. Can't quite find a teammate out on that left-hand side. So it's a throw to the Valenti under-19s. Ben Barney to take it. Barney's throw. Flicked on from Starkey and well cleared away from Udnao. Collected in the middle here. Lovely feet from Manifa Woes, but loses out against Hutchins. Nice turn there from Hutchins and wins the free kick just caught from Kevin Quintero. Quickly taken from Hutchins. It's a long diagonal ball out to left-hand side. Played inside from Onuk Woolley. But well dealt with there from the onside back line. Will be a Valenti throw for Sashawn Lutumba to take. Lutumba's throw. Sharp control from Onukwali. And lovely ball from Onukwali. Across Dinkney to the middle. Early chance of Valenti, just put wide there from Ollie Starkey. It was a nice tee up from Kyle Eam, who's playing out on the right side. So Starkey is in, on my team sheet I had Starkey out on the right side. It's actually Kyle Eam playing out on the right, Starkey in the middle. Good combination play between them. Starkey peeled off well. Right start here from Valenti. And that's a slack pass back there. Liam Chesky just about did enough there. Real sharp turn though from Iffy. Udnao given away sloppily from Enze. But onside do have it back. Here's Wiley. Nice turn there from Wiley. Whips it upfield. That's an excellent ball from Wiley. Really good defending note there from the Valenti backline. Turn and clearance there from Eaton. Bonnick only as far as Quintero now has it. Shifts it across to Anifo Woes. Took a little bit too long on the ball, but does keep it. Anifo Woes now bursting up the right-hand side. Edge of the penalty area. Can Anifo Woes get it in? Good defending there from Sashawn Lutumba. And he has help from favour Onukwali. And Valenti do really well there. Looks like they've won the free kick out of that. Again, left-sided pairing of favour Onukwali and Sashawn Lutumba doing a really good job there, getting their side a free kick. Again, that intense pressure that Valenti want to put on Onside Academy. They had the first big chance. Starkey's finish just wide. Johnson's free kick, well dealt with from onside. Poked back from David Robe. Udnao finds the feet of Anifa Woes, who puts that through the referee's legs. Now Quintero plays it to Wiley. Ogbonna back to Enze. And he gives it away. First time ball there from Onukwali. Flicked backwards there from Carl Eam. And onside have the ball back. Lifted out to the right side. First time pass there from Dave Roben. Very nicely waited for Anifa Woes. Plays it back to Robe. Carries on that run. Now Robe just looks for the option. Goes for Anifa Woes. Dispossessed there. Really good tackle there from Owen Bolger. Now can Valenti counter attack. Well kept here from Onukwali. And Eam cuts inside. Eam looks to thread it through. And onside deal with that. Isaac Cameron just held on for it for too long. But Valenti get it back. Good start from Valenti. 100%. Bolger. They come out quickly. Bolger to Mason. Now it's with Johnson. First time for Endurance Johnson to Ruben Mason. Being tracked down here from Emmanuel Robe. Played across Emmanuel Robe to Eaton Bonnick. And Shimron Eaton Bonnick put a little bit too much on that long range forward pass. And thrown from Wiley goes back. It was a heavy pass to Liam Chesky there. It was hit from Franklin Enze. Again with that right foot, just put too much on it. Needed a lot more composure on that pass there from the onside left-sided centre back. Again, Liam Chesky just couldn't control that because of the weight of the pass, and chance for a delivery to come in here from Owen Bolger on this far side for Valenti. 5 minutes gone here. Valenti, I have to say, starts off the brighter of the two teams. Owen Bolger whips it in with his left foot. Liam Chesky did drop it, but he was fouled first from Ruben Mason, just nudged into him, stuck in the back of the net anyway, but again correctly given as a free kick in the favour of onside.
I think Valenti doing really, really well. They've been the bright spark that's come out of the traps so far. But then for me, I think the onside team need to kind of like look themselves in the mirror a bit and just look and just see what they're doing. And for me, it seems like they're trying to play out from the back, and they're not really being pressured, but they're acting like they're being pressured. Just take your time.
Exactly. Just need to calm things down here. Onside Academy. Trying to put some pressure on Valenti now. Liam Chesky goes long. Well controlled there from Lutumba. And back from Bolger to Eaton Bonnick. Square for Mason. Here's Lutumba. Back to Mason. Forward pass well cut up front to Shola, but good challenge there from Kamin. Free kick to Valenti. Just a late challenge came in as Valenti were looking to counter-attack quickly. Diagonal free kick from Ruben Mason. Couldn't quite find Ben Barney. Just going over halfway from right back. So Wiley's throw, chested backwards from Manuel Robe. Kevin Quintero hangs onto that really well. Now to Shola, recycles it into the feet of Udnao. Play back from Anifa Woes. And Enze squares it to Wiley. Back with Enze, Franklin Enze. Now uses his goalkeeper, Niam Chesky. Long looping pass to left, flicked back onto header Ruben Mason. Mason's header, well controlled for Quintero. Holds off Ronan Hutchins. Now it's with Josh Anifa Woes. Uses David Robe for support. Anifa Woes bursting from right centre midfield. Well covered there from Owen Bolger and cleared from Endurance Johnson. And Iffy Udnao does really well to win that. Now, when Nemo links up with Manuel Robe. Manuel Robe just dropping a bit deeper here. Sprays a beautiful pass out to left-hand side. Chested back to Wiley from Bonner. Emmanuel Bonner just been forced to play it back towards the halfway line. Quintero didn't have a lot of weight on that pass, but did manage to find Nathan Teshola. Shout there from Franklin Enze. Inside from Seb Wiley. Emmanuel Robe. Back here to Teshola. Now a chance for David Robe to put the cross in the 6-yard box. Cleared away from Mason. And further cleared from Owen Bolger. Now pressure here from Ollie Starkey, but Franklin Enze manages to hold him off. And Liam Chesky now plays it to Udnao. Udnao just over halfway. Emmanuel Rowe plays it back. Here's Iffy. Udnao squares it to Franklin Enze. Now Quintero. Calm on the ball. Finds Anifa Woe. Sharp pass. Well controlled there from Mbuen Nemo. Now Mbuen Nemo plays up through the right centre. Return back to him from Manuel Rowe. Just played that wrong side of Mbuen Nemo. Now here's Anouk Woolley. Deflected pass up the left-hand channel from favour Anouk Woolley. It's back with onside. Nice turn there from Teshola from Mbuen Nemo's pass. Wiley clips it forwards. Too far in front of O'Bonnor. You have to say cagey start here, but onside starting to get back into this without it testing Endurance Johnson.
Yeah, I agree. But like I said, some of the players at Valenti, I know them quite well, quite a few now. And actually, their faces are coming back to me. Obviously, 1 or 2 years they've grown, but they're good. Good, you know, again, like I said, it's going to be end-to-end stuff, but, you know, I think this is the game that I think everyone's looking forward to.
Yeah, this could be a real tight contest, and Valenti have possession back. Starkey can't slip through Iam, though. And Enze plays it back to Niam Chesky. Here's Udnao. If Udnao doesn't use his right-sided partner, Taran and Buenimo, it's back with Damien Niam Chesky. Now Enze has it, gives it to Bono, drills it in field. Now Quintero nicking up here with Teshola, playing that defensive midfield role. Nice pass through lines there for Udnao.
Oh, what a
and
shame.
link up between David Robe and Teshola was almost perfect there. Robe can't put the tackle on Isaac Kamin. Now is Shimron Eaton Bonnick under pressure. Manuel Robe gets it over halfway. Wiley does really well to win that in the air. Flick further on from Bonner. Well read from Eaton Bonnick again. He's had a really good start to the match. Right side is centre back for Valenti, number 5. Again, a nice, comfortable pass there from Iffy Udnao. Now, ball held up here from David Robe. Goes central, out to Emmanuel Bonner. Bonner tries to get, well, he did manage to get the cross off, but couldn't keep it in play. Again, Ben Barney did enough just to close him down and make the angle tough for Emmanuel Bonner. Again, it's been a really good defence display from both sides so far. The only chance held to Valenti inside the first minute. Carl Iam just teeing it up for Ollie Starkey, just put the finish wide. Drilled from Endurance Johnson low. Played back to Johnson from Carl Iam. Johnson again. Another direct ball. Starkey beaten to it by Ife Uno. Robe can't win that aerial duel against Eaton Bonnet, but it was offside against Emmanuel Robe anyway.
For me, you know, a lot of American clubs have been really chasing Ife for the past 3 to 4 months now, and he has to make a decision if he wants to move stateside or stay in the UK. But, you know, again, all the balls coming in straight. If he's winning that heads-on aerial battle, you don't come against Ife, because he will definitely win that ball. So I'm so really proud of him, and I can see how he's commanding that line so far.
Yeah, he's really stood out to me. I like his passing as well, left foot, breaking the lines, very impressed. Good work here from Ruben Mason, now into the onside half. Quick pass from Ronan Hutchins towards Iam. Well intercepted there from Seb Wiley. He's had a good start defensively at left back for onside under 19s. Carl Iam just surveying his options. Might go for a longer throw. Looks the run of Onuk Woolley. Well dealt with there in the onside defence. Now Emmanuel Robe pings it to his brother David. Faces up, Sashon Lutumba cuts inside. Still keeps hold of it, now leaves it for Anifo Woes. Played that too far in front of the onrush in Tyrone and Buenimo. I think Joshua Anifo Woes, onside number 8, just looks a little bit disappointed. That pass there. But again, it was a good run from Tyrone and Buenimo. So Sashon Lutumba takes the throw from deep. Flicked on from Kamin. Volleyed forwards from Udnao. Another aerial duel run from Shimron Eaton Bonnick. Manuel Robe has it back now and goes for the shot. Onside's first effort. Set up there from Anifo Woes. Again, he found a really good pocket space, Emmanuel Robe, just leaning back when that left his right foot. And wasn't really going to test Endurance Johnson. As soon as that left his right foot, was always going over the bar. That's a short goal kick. Chance for Eaton Bonnick to bring it out defence now halfway inside his own half. Long ball should be dealt with here from Udno comfortably. Now flicked further on from Tishola. Ruben Mason reads that well. And Iam earns a throw, hitting that off the face of Emmanuel Obona. And Iam has options on the right here. Goes over number 9 of Starkey. Now being chased down here from Kamin and diverted backwards from Buenimo, but it did come off the toe end of Isaac Kamin. The Valenti number 10, so that will be goal kick 2 onside. Building short from the back here. Ife Udno can need to break the lines. Goes for a longer pass this time towards Emmanuel Robe. And this is good. Robe heads it down for David Robe. David Rowe controls that really well. Sashon Lutumba, number 3 for Valenti, just caught out now. It's Emmanuel Bonner, nice trickery. Bonner now combines with Quintero. Oh, silky feet from Quintero. Gets the crossing as well. Control from Anifuo's, back towards goal. Comes out the D. Right centre. Just square for David Robe. Here's Anifo Woes again. Nice right-footed pass. Now David Robe turns, can't quite find Tyrone and Buenimo. Now Valenti can counter-attack here, but favour Onuk Woolley. Lost out against Tishola. Stood up in that battle and won the tackle. Square from Enze. And Franklin Enze again on the ball. Kevin Quintero dropping deep instead of Teshola this time. Udno, nice pass, chested down for Manuel Robe to David Robe. Wow, combination play there between the Rhodes and Onside go back. Nice sharp touch from Quintero. Here's Teshola. Left centre midfield's pass just evades Emmanuel Robe. Turn and clearance there from Eaton Bonnick. Couldn't be kept in play though from Carl Iam. So throwing a good position here for Onside.
For me, I have to say, you know, someone that's impressed me, I think, in the past, you know, 5 to 10 minutes for me have been the little Robe, David Robe, number 12. He's so young. He's only, what, 17? And he's just, you know, playing with these under-19s and doing so well. And his movements as well.
And Ifowo's driving forwards, runs into trouble though. Sashon Lutumba gets it back for Valenti. Now, what Valenti got going forwards? He's looking for a pass, now has the pressure of an Ifowo's chasing back, gives it to Onakwali. And favour Onakwali wins the throw off Nathan Teshola. Just screening that right side. Throw from Lutumba, heavy touch from Starkey. Tackle there from Quintero, just caught on his right foot. Referee had a good view of that. Free kick to Onside Academy. Again, sloppy touch there from Ollie Starkey. Just put himself into trouble and gives away the free kick as well.
I have to say the Valenti midfield are really, really good, actually.
Yeah.
They've really held that midfield quite well.
Certainly, I've been really impressed the way they're set up here. But Onside slowly building back into this game. Wiley into Enze. Nice first touch there for Emmanuel, but well intercepted from Barney. Here's Ben Barney. Just over. Controlled that. And the touch was a bit poor. Now sprayed out from Teshola to Mbuenimo. Forwards to Emmanuel. First touch for his brother David. Good recovering defending there from Sashon Lutumba. That's a really good battle there between David Robe and Sashon Lutumba on this near side. And it was the left back who came out on top in that battle. But again, the run from David Robe, I agree with you, Alex. I'm really impressed with him so far. Again, looks very, very lively. So corner for Onside on the right. Nathan Teshola to deliver. Let's see what he's got in his locker. Teshola drills it in. And a header wide of the target from Enze. And he was leaning back. It was quite awkward when it came to him. So he did well to get his helmet. It was a tough one to try and defeat Endurance Johnson. That kind of ball delivered in. Short there from Johnson to Mason. Now out of his penalty area. Short to Lutumba. Nice turn away from David Robe. Long for Lutumba to Starkey. Controls that well with his right foot now in space. Squares it, intercepted from Bonner. Collected here from Bolger. Play back from Barney. Eaton Bonnet to deal with this. Now Hutchins did control, but touch from Barney put Eaton Bonnet in a bit of trouble there. Trying to get that out of his feet quickly. Could have done with a better touch and already went out of play when Eaton Bonnet cleared. Wiley's throw. Prodded back to Wiley. Well, now taken under control there from Anifa Woes and played back to Niamcheski. Enze can't find that forward pass. Uses Ife Udno approaching the halfway line. David Rowe drops deep. Anifa Woes to Udno. Square for Enze. Enze, can he find a forward run? David Rhodes making it. And catches out Sashon Lutumba. David Rhodes keeps himself on side. Now cuts in. Pokes that for Quintero. Lovely flick. Just in behind David Rhodes and dealt with from Sashon Lutumba. A really good game at left back. Nice aggressive play there from Franklin Enze to get Onside back on the front foot. Can Abona get the right delivery? And he can't. And Abona from the left-hand side. It's another occasion where cross needs to be better. Again, silky feet, but again, that final ball needs to be a bit more improved. But I'm sure as this game goes on, Bonner can put the right supply in for Emmanuel Robe. Okay, it's just over 20 minutes gone, and I'm sure the teams will settle even further into this game as it goes on. Short for Mason. Play back from Hutchins quickly. Now Eaton Bonnick in space to to distribute that quickly to Barney. Now Valenti over halfway. Getting away there from Isaac Cameron. Played inside to Tashola. Goes for the Hollywood ball and picks out David Robe just about. Thought it was a little bit too far in front of him, but did manage to get to it. Now can Robe get a delivery on the right side, but he can keep it in play. Comfortable though for Endurance Johnson to take at the near post. And again, Owen Bolger wants that quickly, the number 4 for Valenti, but instead rolled short to Room Mason. Now Sashon Lutumba under pressure, Dave Robe, and it's paid off. His brother Manuel picks up the ball, edge of the penalty area. Now further in field for Anifa Woes to take the shot on target. Comfortable for Endurance Johnson, but just think about, I think that's possibly the first shot on target from Onside Academy so far.
I think it's building up. You're building up. You just end-to-end stuff, really.
Yeah.
I was thinking in my head before I jumped on the mic. I was just saying the brotherly Bluetooth between Emmanuel and David Robe. It seems that both of them are doing really, really well. To be fair, it's the front three. To be fair, doing really, really well at the moment. So yes, the brotherly Bluetooth. Let it continue.
Good aggressive play there from Onside's number 3, Seb Wiley. Wins a throw-in to the annoyance of Isaac Cameron. He thought that came off Wiley last. Just looking at that shot again from Joshua Nifo Woes. Good power behind it. But it was simple for Endurance Johnson to take care of. Wiley's throw can be flicked on for a Bonner. Still chasing it down. Putting pressure on Shimron Eaton Bonnick. But getting the centre-back in control of that situation and lets it run out for goal kick. Short into Mason. Left-footed ball out to the far side. And Iam thought he kept that in play, poked that into Ben Barney. Couldn't quite do that though. Throw to Onside Academy. Yeah, both sides looking very, very organised here. Again, as I mentioned, I think that was Onside's first shot on target, but Damien Niemczewski hasn't really been tested too much. It's a free kick for Onside, actually. Played back from Wiley to Enze. Niemczewski to Udnao, comes out the D. Under pressure from Starkey, holds him off though. Good strength from F. Udnao. A nice turn, just looking for the space. Composed centre-back play there. Now Tashola, looks to his right. Square here for Nifo Woes. Still in the onside half. David Robe drops into it. Nifo Woes, square for Manuel Robe. Quintero just pushed up here as Manuel Robe building up from deep. Poked forwards from Tashola. Lovely flick there for Quintero. To Tashola. Nifo Woes gliding through the middle. Good tackle there from Lutumba. But it is back with onside. Quintero to David Robe. First time pass cut out from Eaton Bonnick. And now here comes Valenti up the left-hand side with Onukwali. And Favour Onukwali cuts inside and it's come off his own man, which is Isaac Cameron in the centre. And Udno plays it back to Niemczewski. Diagonal towards the left centre, his own half. And Obona just had a push in the back there from Ben Barney. Free kick to Onside Academy. 25 minutes gone here. And Alex, it's been, I'd say, probably an even start between both sides. What have you thought of the match so far?
100%. It's been side to side. All the scouts that were here were after the under-16s game were saying, "Oh, this is going to be an exciting matchup," and it is so far. You've got two competitive teams. You've got players ex-academy, and you've got players who are coached by a very, very good coach and a very, very good academy. That's Valenti. Well, what do you expect? End-to-end stuff, and for me, it's so good to watch so far, and I'm really enjoying this. And I can see a lot of people are looking at me saying exactly the same thing.
Certainly, both sides do look very well coached. And again, although you look at the score 0-0 again, we mentioned it's not about the score. The level of the play is very good, and that's a nice pass there from Ronan Hutchins. Mason picks out Onukwali. Onukwali just caught there by the outstretched right foot of Joshua Nifo Woes. A free kick to Valenti. Mason side foots it into Owen Bolger. Bolger back to Ethan Bonnick. Keeps that in play. Nice drill ball up the right side. And Isaac Kamin couldn't quite keep that in play. Felt his shirt was being held there from Franklin Enze, but nothing given. And speaking of Enze, clears it up into the air after the throw. Controlled here from Hutchins, gets his body across the shoulder, holds it up. Now EM has it played back to him from Kamin. This is nice from Valenti. Still Carl EM. Trying to get the corner but can't. Headed out the box there from Enze. Here comes Valenti again. And onside. Get it away eventually. From Seb Wiley. Bit of pinball stuff there. Just on that far side, but Wiley got it away in the end.
For me, I find it that Ronan for Valenti is very difficult to get the ball off, isn't he? He's always very, very hard working off the ball. Even when he lost the ball, I remember he was just tracking back, trying to win back the ball. And he's caused a lot of problems for us, especially in midfield.
Yeah, I'd say Owen Bolger is the more deep line one, the number 4, where, again, Ronan Hutchins, number 8, has that license to push a bit higher. So it's a good midfield combination they got going on there. Valenti. Mason's pass headed forwards there from Mbuenimo. Now it's Quintero. When he's on the ball, something exciting can happen, but it's taken care of there from Shimron Eaton Bonnick, and it's recycled back to Endurance Johnson. Here's Eaton Bonnick again, square across his own area to Mason. Now out of the D, nice clip ball forwards as Barney takes up inside position. Holds off a Bonner. And back to Eaton Bonnick, and a heavy touch there with his right foot. Can Onside take advantage? Throw here on the left side. Taken quickly from Quintero, into Quintero. Quintero fouled there. Just in the left centre. Nice touch there for Quintero. It was Mason who just came across and did knock into him. Bit clumsily. So a chance now for Onside Academy. Caused some problems in a free kick. Just need a bit of maybe a moment of magic to find the back of net. Both sides are so well organised. Some excellent midfield play, but again, defences has done terrific so far. Goalkeepers be very grateful to have those defences in front of them, but Kevin Quintero stepping up. Here, can he find the back of the net? We all know he's got excellent free kick in him. Oh, and he certainly produced one there. That's some way to break the deadlock here. Off the underside of the bar. Kevin Quintero. What a free kick that was. I said he's got it in his locker. And once again, he shows why he's such an excellent dead ball specialist, Kevin Quintero. Silky feet when the ball's in play. And he can also hit a lovely dead ball, as shown here. Right-footed, over the wall, off the underside of the bar. No chance in Endurance Johnson. And I said it, a moment of magic was needed to break the deadlock, and there it is.
Yes, 100%. Kevin is a very, very talented player. I think just very unlucky, I think, in recent years. But he's talented. For me, I say this, he's a very talented player. He's achieved a lot, and, you know, he's had a lot of setback in his time. But he's a very, very good player, and it was a very, very, very good free kick. Well done.
He's actually off on the sidelines there, Kevin Quintero. I hope he hasn't pulled something when taking that free kick.
It looked like he was grabbing his ribs just before the foul.
His favour, Anuk Wally tried to get beyond Tyrone and Mbuenimo, but he put in a really good right-foot tackle. It actually came off favour Anuk Wally as well, so even better. Onside get the goal kick out of that situation. Really good one-on-one defending there from the Onside Academy right back, and they lead by a goal to 0. Just a moment ago, just before half-hour mark, Kevin Quintero, delightful free kick in. Speaking of Kevin Quintero, back on the field now as well. Great to see. So again, wasn't too much of a serious rib issue. Franklin Enze across, onside penalty area. Now, Iffy Udno out of it. Just jinking there nicely, Udno, and plays it to Manuel Robe. It's been screened here from Ruben Mason. Back into the feet of Anifo Woes, given away from Franklin Enze. But that is an excellent interception. Now a drive and run forwards there from Joshua Nifo-Woes. Out here to Obonna. Obonna enters the penalty area, cuts it back towards Dave Robe, just missed him. And Ruben Mason controls, now plays it middle of his own half. Isaac Cameron drops deep. Cameron pokes it back and just about dealt with there from Ben Barney. Cameron rises in the air but can't get to the ball. Now it's given to Quintero from Nifo-Woes, who I think is having an excellent game midfield as well. Driving forwards, but mostly. But again, Nathan Teshola sometimes likes to drive forwards as well. Composed play there from Nifo-Woes once again. Obonna, clever step overs, falls back though. Good pressure there from the Valenti right back, Ben Barney. The Mary's broken the deadlock. Quintero goes back to Enze. Nice play through the lines. Seb Wiley, the left back, just drops further inside now on his outside. Has that support in Obonna, his partner on that side. And Franklin Enze gives it to Manuel Robe, likes dropping deep, plays a diagonal. Well controlled there from Tyron and Buenimo. Nice turn. And to his right is Nifo-Woes. There's a no-look pass there, and it was a successful one. Control from Quintero. Now Quintero just turns and has that space to run into. It's pass though, easily cut up from Ruben Mason. And now here is Favour Anouk Wally. Cuts inside, plays a really nice pass to Ollie Starkey, and they're away in the box with Ollie Starkey left side. Cuts it back and couldn't find Isaac Cameron, just sliding in to try and turn it in. And the ball wasn't quite enough for him. Now long ball cleared upfield, and Emmanuel Robe almost got to it first. But Endurance Johnson read that. Again, just having a look back at this, Ollie Starkey said going for a shot himself, cut it back, and actually looking at it was really good defending there from, looked like it was from Seb Wiley just coming across from the left-hand side. So huge credit there to the left back for putting off Isaac Cameron, whose eyes lit up when Ollie Starkey driving in the box, ready to put that ball into the middle. Throw there from Buenimo. Here is Mini Robe and David, played back to Udnao. And his big brother, Manuel, leaves that for Nifo-Woes.
Nifo-Woes has been really, really strong
Excellent.
today. Very strong. So him, Kevin and Nathan just really complement each other in that three. All hard working, they all track back, all pressing hard together. That's amazing. It's just amazing.
We just see Joshua Nifo-Woes lost the ball there, but the way he was tracking back, and then that forced Valenti to go back. But here come Valenti going forwards. That's a decent shot there. Thought it was maybe going to dip into the back of net just for a split second. Taking on from Favour Anouk Wally. And then again, certainly a shot worth taking on. I just dipped a bit lower. But again, an inviting one. Played through as well for none other than Rowan Hutchins, we spoke about earlier on. Looking back at it, was comfortable with Damien Niemczewski, but I'd say certainly not a bad effort from the Valenti number 11. Short into Franklin Enze. Seb Wiley closed down there from Carl Liam. Deflects off Liam into Udnao. And Nifo-Woes returns it back to him. Now his midfield partner, Nathan Teshola, wants it, but Udnao just calm on the ball. Knows in plenty of space, doesn't want to rush the pass, and just looking to play back to his goalkeeper, Niemczewski. Enze.
And he's
to
good.
Teshola.
And I think it's good because it looks like the centre-halves are trying to basically play into Nathan. They're trying to play in through the middle, trying to break the lines. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't work. But I think they really just need to kind of just not just do one thing. Like, look, take different options. Maybe, you know, let's see if we can push our fullbacks higher and see if we can get the ball through to them.
Oh, that was almost a delightful through ball from Kevin Quintero. I just want to point out again, David Rowe dropping deep. His movement is so good, and he's a nightmare to mark. And he, again, more excellent play there from Dave Rowe. Just a little stuff, quick movements that really causes a problem for the opposition players. Here's Ronan Hutchins. Pass cut out there from Udnao, but pulled back for a free kick. Just a late challenge just before that pass was made. So can Valenti, we're just under 10 minutes, we're just on, again, 40-minute halves, just to remind you all again, sorry. Yeah, 40-minute half, so just have 4 minutes left.
No, it's good.
Oh, it's 45 minutes.
Yes.
Sorry, okay, right, that's all cleared up now. So, sorry, 45 minutes in this half, and Valenti wastes that free kick.
I think you had a Chris Kamara moment there.
Yes, I did. I did. Back on track now, though. And now, onside. Cut in. What an effort that was from Manuel Robe
Jesus.
with his left foot. He just let fly. The Valenti defence backed off, and Emmanuel Robe has punished them. A cannon of a right foot, and his brother David jumps on top of him. But in delight, that was an outstanding strike. Just have a look back at it.
But what's funny, it's an outstanding goal, but he scored many of that. And then people need to understand, if you're looking for an out-and-out striker who's powerful, then Emmanuel's the guy.
It's the norm for him.
He's the norm. He scores goals all the time. He scores goals literally for his non-league club all the time. But those type of goals are not shock for me. But that was a bloody good goal.
Wow, the power he got behind that. Well, again, yeah, Alex has the fortune of seeing that all the time in training, but obviously, you know, Emmanuel saving that up for people like myself to only watching live games and for the cameras, and that was an excellent strike off the underside of the bar. Endurance Johnson didn't stand a chance. 2 goals to good now. Onside Academy. Can Valenti half the deficit before half time. Anouk Woolley with a heavy pass, and Seb Wiley just lets that run out of play. That's the sheer power behind that strike from Emmanuel Robe. Outstanding. And possibly here comes Emmanuel Robe again, cleared away though from Mason. But onside, back on the front foot. Here's Emmanuel Bonner with David Robe in the middle. Bonner now in the penalty area, slips at the vital time. Manages to keep hold of it though. Ball was just close enough for him to get back on his feet and do that. Holds up, and now here's Tishola driving forwards. Quintero, what a chip pass to David Robe, just pinched off him though from Sashon Lutumba, and Quintero couldn't quite get there for Rue Mason, poked into the feet of Owen Bolger and gives it to a centre midfield partner Hutchins. Now, real good tackle there from Ife Udnao on Isaac Cameron through the middle. Udnao is just the general at the back there. Just stepped out and put in such a comfortable tackle, looks effortless for him.
General Ife at your service.
Good hold-up player from David Robe. Just dropping its own after as an option for his defenders. But onside do lose the ball, and that's a good tackle there from Manifa Woes, who again is the right-sided centre midfielder. Again, he's just all action, can drive forward to the ball, but again, tracks back excellently, and so certainly not shy of a tackle. So Sean Lutumba's throat dealt with there from Mbwenimo. Header from Tishola, picked up for his opposite number, Owen Bolger. Now is Kyle Eam. Gets the cross in and reaches Isaac Cameron and scuffs his strike. Did take a slight deflection note off an onside man, so I think that's a corner kick. I think it just came off Tyrone Mbwenimo. Can have a look at it on the replay. Good service there from Carl Liam. Drops to Isaac Cameron. I think that just came off the back actually of Ife Udno. Beg your pardon, not just Mbwenimo was just to his right. So Ronan Hutchins to deliver here. Drills it in with his right foot. Liam Chesky can't catch it, but flicked away from Emmanuel Robe at the back post.
Again, see, Damo's done that twice now. You know, he needs to shout for the ball. If he's going to be going for it, he needs to shout for the ball. Communication goes a long way, especially when you're a goalkeeper.
Certainly, he needs to be a little bit more commanding than that, for sure. But again, he'll be open when that situation happens. The next time he catches it, onside clear, headed down there from Eaton Bonnick. He got it away. Nice turn there from Sashon Lutumba, away from Kevin Quintero. Takes on the shot. As soon as that left his left foot again. It was a very powerful strike, but one that was far too high. And just hits the netting. They're being held by the poles just behind Damien Niemczewski. A lovely sunny day here in Worthing. Really nice backdrop just opposite us in the main stand, and again, lovely turf to play on. Onside Academy, 2 goals to the good here. It's been a really good contest, as was the first one seen onside of Valenti. And the pick of the bunch of the goals was that cracking strike from Manuel Robe.
If only everyone could see me right now with my glasses.
Enjoy it. This is October in England now. Usually used to horrible rainy days, but again, no, lovely temperature today as well. Here is Favour Onukwali cutting in from the left. That pass was easily cleared away from Ife Udnao. Here's Onukwali again. Controls that from Owen Bolger's head. And now close by to penalty area, taken away from at the last minute for Nathan Teshola. Now Quintero, first time to Anifa Rose. Back to Quintero. Gets his body across Hutchins to keep hold of the ball. Now Quintero gliding forwards. Out to David Robe. Offside flag just up low.
That did not look like an offside.
I have to agree with you there, actually. I'm surprised the flag went up. Quintero, it was lovely play, by the way, from Quintero and Anifa Rose through the middle, just cutting through that Valenti midfield. As we mentioned, it's a quality midfield. And again, transitions, Onside very good there. Shame that was given offside against David Robe. I certainly didn't think so myself. I agree there, Alex and Franklin. Nze's pass just a little bit too heavy. Now a chance here for Isaac Cameron. Doesn't go for the shot, goes out to left. And Onukwali under pressure from Anifa Rose, and this cross is blocked. And when Nemo's header played backwards there from Lutumba, and he put his side in trouble as David Robe, Emmanuel Robe looks to lift it towards his little brother a little bit too far. Well, actually, I say a little bit, it was way too far in front of David. Needed a bit of better service there to his little brother. And short there from Johnson to Eaton Bonnick. Time here on the ball for Ronan Hutchins. Left-footed. And played inside there from Barney, just coming forward some right back. Tap breaks down. And Wiley controls on the byline, turns and plays it infield to his keeper, Liam Chesky. Onside working on this right-hand side, midway inside their own half, and that was a late challenge there from Sashon Lutumba through the back of David Robe. Free kick taken quickly there from Tyrone and Buenemo. Nice ball from Manuel Robe's got a really good range of passing. And Obona cuts inside, low shot, not a lot of power behind it. Comfortable there for Endurance Johnson. Down to his right side. I think he might go long Endurance Johnson, although he's looking for the short option. Does have Owen Bolger dropping deep and does use Owen Bolger. Goes back to Shimon Eaton Bonnick across his penalty area to Room Mason. Now Endurance Johnson being pressed with Manuel Robe, hunting another goal. But Johnson clears it away. Nice first time pass there from Wiley. Can't find a black shirt. That's a very nice kit onside. He got on nice pink stripes on it. Over cook pass there from Ronan Hutchins, looking to try and find the run of Favour Onukwali. And Anifa Rose was stretching to try and control that. And when Nemo passed, but couldn't. Really good work there from Owen Bolger. Manages to poke it through. And it's a lovely ball there into the feet of Favour Onukwali. Just slipped at the vital moment. Supplied from Isaac Cameron. And that was an excellent ball. Just clipped with his right foot into the left side of the penalty area, as you see there. And Favour Onukwali, good position to get that on target. Just slipped at the vital moment when he got that shot off with his left foot. Big chance.
This game's really, really intense, isn't it?
It is.
I can feel it from the stands. I can feel it from here. It's really good. It doesn't feel like a 2-0 down. It just feels like anyone can win this.
I felt it's been an even game.
Yeah,
if I had to go for obviously we said scoreline isn't really the thing that we should be concentrating on, but to be honest, it probably should be level in terms of the balance of play. But Onside just taking their chances superbly well, and one of them men who took the chance really well, Manuel Rowe, flicks that on, and good defending there from Shimon Eaton Bonnet, just covering there for Room Mason out on this left-hand side, and flicks it out for a corner kick. So Onside, I have to say it'd be a bit harsh if Valenti find themselves 3 down at half-time, but it's the nature of the game sometimes. Quintero take the corner, has Teshola as a short option. There's a short corner into penalty area, laid back to Quintero. Now drags it for Anifa Woes, who combined with just a moment ago. Anifa Woes tees it up in front of Teshola. That's a powerful cross, too much height on it.
Way to pass, man.
Yeah, it was perfect there for Anifa Woes, and that is the last piece of action in this first half. At Onside Academy lead 2-0 at half-time. 2 outstanding goals. It says a lot how good Emmanuel Robe's second, that he has outshined, my eyes outshined Kevin Quintero's first. That was a wonderful free kick, left the centre, just over 20 yards out, just wrapped his right foot around the ball. Free kick off the underside of the crossbar. Endurance Johnson didn't stand a chance. And again, from a similar position, Endurance Johnson probably stood even less of a chance when Emmanuel Rowe had space and time just to let fly. Cannon of a shot with the laces of his right boot, and just had too much pace, swerve, height, power on it, and it just came off. Again, another powerful shot came off the onside the crossbar into the back of net. Onside Academy 2-0 up at half-time. Alex, as we go into the half-time break, what are your thoughts on what was a really good competitive first half?
Yeah, cracking match from both teams. Both teams really came out doing really well. Like I said just a moment earlier, it's an end-to-end match between good teams. You've got a very team like Valenti, who are well coached by a very great team of coaches, and then you've got Onside, which will be a team of ex-academy players. So you've got two teams that are competing not only to obviously win, but obviously to get the players out and obviously seen by other clubs.
Well, it's been a really good first half here in this last game of the day in under-19s of Onside and Valenti. Join us shortly for the second half, and certainly don't miss it, because we could certainly see some more cracking goals.
Hi, I'm Emmanuel Paul, and this is Onside Academy.
Emmanuel, Onside is back for another year. You've had a tough test ahead for your fixture against Valenti. How are you approaching the game?
For me, it's simple. I think we've approached it quite well. It's taken us about 3 weeks to get to this point, and we've done a lot of training with the boys and got them mentally and physically prepared for the game. And we've done a lot of one-to-one stuff with the boys as well to make sure that they're fully adequate to perform on the pitch, and that's how we've prepared for the game.
I love how you touch on that mental approach within football.
Yeah.
How would you say in terms of the boys, how they've grown mentally?
I think from when I first had them, I would say that some of them were quite mature, some of them are coming from different walks of life. So it's important to know and understand the player individually and collectively as well, and understand what kind of like keeps them ticking and what they need to make sure that they perform on the pitch. And they've been doing quite well, and it's a testament to them and the hard work.
Alex, Onside is back for another year. What are you looking forward to seeing from the team?
I think for me, I'm looking forward to seeing the players move on. I think that's our ultimate goal at Onside, is for players to come every year and move on. This year, obviously, has been a bit of a difficult year for us. In the fact is that initially we weren't going to have an Onside 16s and 19s. What that's meant for us is that we had a smaller time to obviously recruit the players and obviously showcase them for the game this Friday.
Onside is known for the rigorous process of recruiting players. Can you explain how you have come about these 16 players?
Yeah, so these 16 players, in my opinion, I think they've worked hard in a small space of time. We have obviously KPIs and performance indicators for all our players in terms of what we look for, how we see them, and if they can potentially move on to the next level. Obviously for us, we started our recruitment process around August, and then at the end of August, we basically had a trial game where we invited all our players that we've either spotted or has been recommended to us, and we had around 3,400 applicants, and we've had to cascade that down from 300 to 100 to 50 to the final 22, and then here to 16 where we are at the moment. So it's been very difficult. It's a rigorous process. The players who are obviously here today, they've basically worked hard, and I think we should be immensely proud of them.
So in terms of those 16 players, what would you say you've been looking for? What would you say you've looked for within them in terms of that process going through the journey?
I think a lot of it is desire, the want. It's never been haves. We don't really tend to like haves. We like wants. Do they want it? Do they want to be a footballer? Do they want to perform on the highest level? Sometimes a lot of these players just need a push. Sometimes a lot of these players need avenues. And some of the biggest challenges of all is that some players get bad advice. And that's something that we do quite well at Onside, is we hear them. Some people come broken. Some people come as they are. But we take each individual on the talents that they bring, and we continue to work with them to ensure that we can push them to either a club. But the thing about Onside, which is very different from, I think, other showcase academies, that they come in as boys and they leave as men. And that is the main plan on what we try to do with our team at Onside.
That's amazing to hear. It seems like the culture within Onside is amazing. Last season, we saw players like Kazim, Joshua, Daniel move on to pretty big clubs, And the year before that, we've seen the likes of Yaku, Jeremy, and Ife move to Category 1 clubs. What has their progress been, and do you think this year's cohort of players can match that success already?
100%. I think with the coaching that's been done by Emmanuel, Okwe, Festus, and Simon, I think the sky's the limit with them. I've obviously been in and around the 16s team. I've seen some of the players that have come through. And I think the most difficult thing about this year, I think, for the coaches is basically saying, listen, no, unfortunately, this is not your time to play in the live game, but potentially in the near distant future, you will have your opportunity. We've got some great players. We've got players like Benjamin Wetchi, who's been with us since he was 14. He's transitioned. About 14, he was playing with the 16s and 19s. You know, we see people like Santino, who, you know, a guy with so much talent, he decides to turn down a contract of Norwich. So those type of players who actually see Onside as an outlet for them to explore their horizons. And for us, I think that we've got a great team. I'm not saying the team last year were bad, but this team is something to die for. And I think any club will like the players that we have on show for this year.
Callum, it happened. You're here. You beat so many players to get to the final 16. How does it feel?
It feels surreal. I feel blessed and I can't wait to take this opportunity.
It feels unbelievable and it's a great opportunity to show my ability.
How does coming to Onside benefit you instead of going the more traditional route or waiting for a club to scout you from your grassroots club?
I feel like it gives me the publicity that I've been waiting for my whole life and I just can't wait.
Honestly, grassroots has more of a less chance of getting scouted, whereas if you're in a live game or at Onside, there's thousands of scouts coming to watch you at one place, so there's no not being unlucky or something. You're at the right place at the right time.
Of course, I'm the 16th manager, Emmanuel Paul, is someone you know well. What did he say to you while trying to get Onside?
He told me to be myself, stay humble and work hard. He told me to be confident in my ability and to always work hard.
So you know the live game's coming up next week. What does the live game mean to you?
Obviously it means a lot. I put the work in and I've tried hard to get to the position I'm in. All I've got to do is prove myself and show that I'm worth that standard.
It means everything to me. Obviously, it's a big opportunity to showcase my abilities and showcase why I should be in an academy.
Thank you and good luck for your game on Friday.
Thank you.
Back here to the Onside Academy YouTube channel. Second half routine Onside and Valenti under-19s to kick off shortly. Onside 2 goals to good and 2 outstanding strikes on the left side of the field. Free kick from Kevin Quintero, just over 20 yards out. Dipping free kick, wonderfully hit off the inside the crossbar. And Emmanuel Rowe with a second to outshine Kevin Quintero's opening strike. Emmanuel Rowe Just cut in from the left-hand side. Just let fly with a rasping drive. Durance Johnson didn't stand a chance. Too much pace on it. Perfectly hit from Manuel Robe, and Alex, who will be back with us shortly, saying that Manuel Robe does that in training all the time. And his brother David, playing on the right side of the midfield, will certainly know that more than anyone. So some substitutions at half-time here for Valenti. I think it looks like Stanley Mills is on. So there is one of the subs. Looks like I think he's on the field now. I think he's on for favour Onakwali, but I think Onakwali is still on the field himself out on that left-hand side. Yeah, Stanley Mills is on. Looks like he's playing up front for Valenti. So onside to kick us off. The second 45 minutes and the last half of football of the day. Hope you all have enjoyed watching. It's Onside Academy live stream. 2 gains against Valenti have certainly been a treat. So let's hope this last 45 minutes is the best. Quintero scored the first, gets us back underway. Long from Tashola, looking for Emmanuel Robe. Dealt with there from Barney. Nice control there from Carl Iam. Now Iam looking to set away Stanley Mills. And had to be cleared out of play there from Iffy. Udnao, certainly one of the standout players for Onside that first half. And that first half was played to an excellent level. Throw there from Iam. Head up into the air from Tyrone and Buenimo. Had enough on that, enough direction for that to make it for it to be comfortable for his goalkeeper, Damien Niemczewski. Now trots the ball and lets fly with his left foot. Bounces over Ben Barney. Did well just to get his body across Emmanuel Bonner. Ball bounced away from onside number 11. Throw here to Valenti, taken from Carl Iam. Couldn't quite be controlled from Ollie Starkey. And Iffy Udno leaves it for his goalkeeper. Rolls it into the feet of Seb Wiley. Approaching the halfway line. Wiley has time and finds Joshua Nifo-Woes in space to square it for Tyrone and Buenimo. Over halfway. Buenimo under pressure. Can't quite link up on that right-hand side there. And Alex is back with us. So what are you hoping out this last 45 minutes of the day, Alex?
To enjoy my Coke, catch a tan, and watch good football.
Perfect.
Let me gather myself.
So, Sashon Lutumba halfway inside his own half to take the throw. Short throw. Controlled there from Isaac Kamin. And lift up into the air. Kamin thought it may have came off an onside man. View from here, looks like the officials have made the right decision. Looked like to me it came off Kamin. Last throw from Tyrone and Buenimo. And Valenti get it back and win the free kick as well. Just a shove into the back of favour Onakwali. Free kick quickly taken there from Owen Bolger. A long ball from Shimron. Eaton Bonnick gets over halfway but can't stay in field. So it looks like, by the way, Ronan Hutchins had a really good first half. He was the man to make way. Eaton Bonnet deals with that throw. Bolger heads in the air. Well controlled from Nifo-Woes and protects the ball. Gets his body in between Isaac Camden and the ball there, but thought for a sec Valenti got it back. But onside, retrieve it in the middle of the park and square from Nifo-Woes to Buenimo. Finds Nifo-Woes in the penalty area. Can he get a cross in? Good challenge there for Room Mason. Just stood up and won the ball back cleanly. Now his favour on Onakwali.
I think we should highlight Tyrone's pass, I think.
Oh,
Tyrone's pass was a brilliant pass.
Certainly was. And here come Valenti. Now falls back here is Ollie Starkey and gives the ball away cheaply. Now here come onside on the counter-attack with Kevin Quintero. Goes to Emmanuel Bonner on the left. Sets it up at the back post and stretching in was Emmanuel Rowe, turns it over the bar. But such swift, quick counter-attacking football there from Onside Academy. Could have had the third 4 minutes into the second half. Not quite meant to be there. See, Ken Quintero for the middle. Emmanuel Bonner was the perfect ball for Emmanuel Rowe. Just on the stretch a bit. And poked it over the bar. Some substitutions. Looks like a double one for Onside Academy. So off is Emmanuel's little brother, David.
Oh,
really good game from him, by the way.
Very good game. For me, as a 17-year-old playing with the first year, some second year pros, that's just amazing. And I just went to the toilet, and all the scouts were following me and asking about David, Emmanuel's little brother. He's done really well. Well done.
So Ange Dejaja is on, and also off is Emmanuel Ogbonna. And Florian Ada is the second man to come on this double substitution for Onside Academy. We can commence again. Just coming up to 5 minutes in the second half. And Johnson plays it short to Mason. Nice flick there from Onukwali. Now poked from Isaac Cameron quickly. Owen Bolger looks set away Stanley Mills. And out of play for goal kick. Again, good pace already from Ange Dejaja, who's playing at left-sided centre-back.
Yeah, it looks like they've probably played a 3 at the back. They've moved it to a 3.
Okay, so yeah, so it looks like it's a 3, yeah. So
yeah, it looks like 3-4-3, looking like
the
how
back
shaped up.
The back three worked really well first game, so again, it's a formation change which the Onside Academy players will be comfortable with. Niemczewski's goal kick, headed down from Owen Bolger. Ollie Starkey just off balance, but it was a ball poke there from Dejaja. But did really well to retrieve that, and Jaja misplaced that pass back to his goalkeeper though. But again, just getting the feel of the game since coming on centre-back. I'm sure we'll get into the rhythm of just playing the passes comfortably back to the goalkeeper and his centre-backs. Yeah, it just takes a little bit of time to adjust. And corner kick here for Valenti on this right side. So let's see what we've got in store here from this delivery. Niemczewski manages to punch it away and trickles out for a second corner kick on the bounce.
I think Frank was quite smart there. He said, look, I've got 2 guys. If it wasn't for Damo coming out and punching that away, that could potentially have led to a goal.
Corner from the left now. And it looked like it came off Valenti head, but here's another corner kick to Valenti. So it looks like it came off Manuel Robe and not Carl Eam last. Dangerous corner from left, and Rube Mason rises highest. Couldn't keep that header down though. That was a much better delivery. Hit from Ollie Starkey from that left-hand side. It's Rube Mason who rose highest. Again, just couldn't get that header to test Damien Niemczewski. Hasn't had too much to do in this match. But Valenti only 2 goals behind. Plenty of time for them in the second half to get themselves back in this game. It has been a really competitive contest so far, that's for sure. So Niemczewski just looking towards more the right side from this goal kick, headed down from Owen Bolger. Nice flick there from Isaac Cameron. Now his favour on Onukwali into Ollie Starkey. Starkey turns and Starkey wins that throw-in. Now does Lutumba want to take the throw himself? Leaves it for Kyle Eam to take on this left-hand side. As Onside, just under some pressure here, but again, have an organised back line to deal whatever Valenti throw at them. It's a long throw, almost fell to Ethan Bonnick, who keeps it in play. Is eventually with him. Puts the cross, which goes outside the area. Set up nicely on the volley for Owen Bolger, but not executed. to a standard he wanted to hit it to. Yeah, it was a nice turn and cross from Shimron Eaton Bonnick, and certainly worth taking on for Owen Bogle, that's for sure. Again, very nicely set up on the volley. Just couldn't keep it down, unfortunately for Valenti. Again, the second half, which is just under 10 minutes in, still trying to find its rhythm. Also, 2 substitutes that come from Onside Academy in Florian Ada and Ange Jajaja. Liam Chesky over halfway to Emmanuel Robe. Slight push there from Robe. Through the back of Owen Bolger. Free kick to Valenti. To be taken just inside their own half, which Bolger does take himself. Guides it back to Mason. Pings it out for Barney to control. Cuts inside of Wiley. Now Barney in field. Poke forward to Cameron, just hobbling a bit there, holding his right ankle. Quintero, Wiley loses possession. And Wiley sliding there really well to win that tackle. Did exceptionally well there. Seb Wiley, last touch did come off him, but was not giving that one up there. Ian's throw, flick from Cameron. Let's try and take it around Udnao, but can't do for Liam Chesky. Nice pass to the lines there from Tashola. Now Quintero just calms things down, plays it back to Tashola. Square first time to Wiley. Wiley just beyond the halfway line into Tashola. Ball just behind him. Took it on the turn and goes back here to Ange Jaja. And Jaja gets the ball back. Liam Chesky once more being chased down from Ollie Starkey, but enough time just to clip it over the top of Carl Liam. Flick forwards and Seb Wiley, but his header couldn't stay in play. And referee just telling Valenti that they can take that throw over halfway, which Carl Ian will.
No chance.
Well chested down there from Iffy Udnao and cleared to middle of his own half. Robe holds it up. Now Quintero into Anifo Woes. Now sets away Seb Wiley. As Carl Liam sprinting across. Wiley sets his sights, putting across towards the back post. And a header into the back of the net. And Emmanuel Robe gets goal number 2. Bit less spectacular this time, but a real nice team counter-attack. Supplied with a wonder of a left foot from Seb Wiley. And Emmanuel Robe free at the back post to head beyond Endurance Johnson. And Endurance Johnson was just left rooted to the spot. And Onside Academy get that third just over 10 minutes into second half. And Alex, what a brilliant goal that was. Emmanuel Robe has been on fine form today.
Yes, 100%. I just literally put my headset down to speak to one of the scouts who looked at me and I looked at him and I just turned a thumbs up because it was hilarious. But because we were just talking about him during the halftime break. He's a very good player. He's doing really, really well. Non-league, he's tearing it up at the moment. He's somebody that has a bright future ahead of him.
I've seen the scouts from Wigan here, so again, very exciting to have a championship club scouts. Here's Mason, dinks it over the top of Florian Ado. He's put the pressure on from the front. Just about clear from Eaton Bonnick, and Barney had to run back towards the ball. Does manage to win the throw. Hitting it off Seb Wiley, who I think's had a great game at left back, and again, that's exemplified even further by that excellent delivery put in for Manuel Robe at the back post to head home. That was really good work from Seb Wiley. Ben Barney to take the throw here. Headed back down for Barney from Iam. Launched over halfway. Dealt with, as always, from Iffy Udnao. Now it's back here with Dajaja. Dajaja into Liam Chesky. Dink towards Tashola. A little bit too high there for left-sided defensive midfielder of Onside Academy. Barney's throw returns in from Ian. Barney turns away from Emmanuel Robe on a hat-trick. Nice turn there from Florian Ada. And that's a well-timed sliding challenge there from Shimon Eaton Bonnick, and just got fouled by Seb Wiley for his troubles. So I think that's going to be a free kick. No, it isn't going to be a free kick. Did win the ball there, Florineda, so only a throw to Valenti, just beyond the halfway line. Carl Liam finds Sashon Lutumba in space. While saying space, our man Euro chased him down immediately. He really wants that hat trick. Now Durance Johnson, right-footed. Clip ball flicked further on from Owen Bolger, just bounced away from Ollie Starkey. Clearance away from Dejaja, and Stanley Mills can't head that to a teammate. Here is Ange Dejaja. An awkward clearance there for Niemczewski. Good pressing there from Valenti from the front, and making it awkward for Dejaja and Niemczewski. Goalkeeper did manage to get rid. So some substitutions coming on here for Valenti. That, like Onside did earlier on, they're making a double substitution. I think this is going to be a triple one actually. So we have both of the fullbacks, Ben Barney and Sashon Lutumba coming off, and that was an excellent battle in the first half between David Robe and Sashon Lutumba. Really enjoyed that one. The other man off, by the way, is Favour Onukwali. So that is his afternoon over with.
To be fair, the Valenti team had really, really good players. Really good players. I personally, for me, the person that dusted up for me, I have to say, would be Lutumba. I think with him going off, I think that's going to cause a few issues, because I thought he was quite strong and really gave David Robe in the first half.
So
run for his money.
Alessandro Wisdom will be playing up top here for Valenti. That's one of the subs that come on in midfield. We'll have number 14, Harlem Jet Morgan. And Chidi Ajay. Ajay is the other sub, number 12 on for Valenti. Long throw there from Iam. Flicked on from Ajay into the air. Dealt with from onside. Now headed down for Stanley Mills. And a shot, which takes a deflection there. Snapshot from Alessandro Wisdom. Flex out for a Valenti corner, so the Valenti substitutes have that intent to make an immediate impact. But Onside stood up to that task, and they stand up to this task. It's going to be a short corner instead of one being whipped in. Now a ball whipped into the box, and Carl Liam. Oh, Niemczewski couldn't catch that. Came off his fingertip onto the roof and net. Should have maybe caught that there, Niemczewski. But needs to just gather himself. He's got a corner to deal with here. This time on the left-hand side. Harlem Morgan trotting across. Ready to take this. Again, Tyler Quinn, sorry, is also the other man who's come on for Valenti. Big presence in that box. Morgan's delivery towards Quinn. There's a little coming to get the back post, but good defending in the ends there from Onside number 15. And actually, I haven't really got down on my team sheet. Who is it?
Kobe. That's Kobe Asari.
Kobe Asari. So Kobe Asari is the number 15. Onside clear away there from left side defence with Franklin Enze. Hasn't had much to do on this side. Nice play at the back here from Valenti. Short there from Eaton Bonnick. Now Quinn. Held up there from Wisdom. Wisdom. Cross to the right. Now played down from Iam into the feet of Alessandro Wisdom. And Wisdom does really well there. He's won that throw-in for Valenti. And in fact, actually, sorry, free kick to Valenti, I should say. Couldn't quite see from the starting of what was given there.
Yeah, you can actually genuinely see from the matchup now that the game is only just heating up, especially with some of the new players coming on and the fresh legs coming on.
Certainly. Let's see what Valenti can do from this set piece. It'll be Owen Bolger to whip this in. Bolga in with the left foot. It's flat. And it's gone all the way in. I'm not sure if that took a touch there of Chidi Ajay. But it was a low delivery there from Owen Bolga. And Valenti have a goal back. And Niemczewski is disappointed that went all the way through. So delivered in low from Owen Bolga. Well, Chidi Ajay threw his right foot towards the ball. I'm not sure if that came off him last, though. Tight one there.
I think for me that the goal was expected. I think with set pieces, we've noticed that a lot of them, if you're going to go man for man, you know, stick with your man. Don't let him see your number. You know, there were times whereby they were just 1-2 yards away from their man, and that can cost you goals.
Here is Kobe Asari. That's the right where Dejaja plays that short for Wiley. Long from Wiley. Can't find Robe. Headed down there from Eaton Bonnick. And that's a really nice turn there, as Alex said, from Owen Bolga. That looks like I'm going to give that goal to him. Ball chipped towards Chidi Ajay. Trying to claim that goal. Good strength there, though, from Iffy Udnao. But Ajay gets his own back, wins it. Then Udnao has help on that right-hand side. And free kick, throwing is one from Valenti. Now have it back here with Shimron Eaton Bonnick. Kept in play there from Stanley Mills. Back on this left-hand side to Carliam. Long diagonal from
good ball.
Eaton Bonnick. Now, sharp turn in field there from Lutumbu's back on for Valenti. And onside now striding forward here with Wiley. Cuts inside of Iam. Now Wiley trying to combine there with Ada. Couldn't hold on to it though under pressure of Tyler Quinn. Now Mason plays that short to Morgan, who gives that away in the centre circle. There's tying the ball here for Asari. Now driving up this left-hand side is Emmanuel Robe. Cuts in. Has Quintero for help. Gets the ball stuck under his foot. Quickly pinched away from him. From Morgan. Can't quite set away one of Ajay or Wisdom. And now the front pairing for Valenti. Number 12 and 15 respectively. Here is Dejaja. Plays it eventually with his right foot. Kept in play here from Manuel Robe on his hat-trick. Jinx in field. Picked up from Quintero. Opened up the scoring. Now a chance for Tishola to take on the strike. Well blocked from Stanley Mills. Took all the momentum off the ball. And it's now with goalkeeper of Valenti. Here is Onside Academy play forwards with Seb Wiley to Emmanuel Robe. Now Wiley picks up Quintero, holds it up. Doesn't use the inside option of Robe. Quintero just trying to find that pass and now has Asari calling for it and gets it. Goes square into Quintero. Nice feet there from Quintero. So good at hanging on to the ball. Now Asari looks to play that in behind, well controlled on the chest there from Sashon Lutumba. Now half turn from Stanley Mills. And Mills through the middle, just impeded there. Pull back for a free kick to Valenti. Endurance Johnson is off now for Valenti. Ball clipped into the box, cushion header back there from Owen Bolga. And clearance made from Asari. Now it's Stanley Mills takes on the strike. Blocked there from Udnao. And leaves it for Niemczewski to pick up.
It's quite a nervy 5-10 minutes for Onside, I have to say.
It is. Just got to try and ride out this period. But that free kick which went in from Owen Bolga certainly has brought a bit of tension to this onside side. Udnao back to Niemczewski. Now looks for Wiley. Came off Carl Eam's head last. Given as throw to onside. Wiley looks to set away Robe. Robe with his back to goal. Turns inside. Now Robe. Just goes for that short backwards pass to Tashola. Right footed to Wiley. First time to Quintero. Here's Tashola again. Now Quintero just moves on his outside. Tashola, first time. Cleared forwards towards Alessandro Wisdom, who's being held there from Iffy. Udno sticking to him very tight, so Alessandro Wisdom couldn't spin him. And free kick's been given to Valenti. Square from Morgan. Here to Eaton. Bonnick. Diagonal pass into the penalty area. Run from Sashawn Latombe at the back post. Stretching. Just came off his toe end. Couldn't quite take the touchdown. So onside. Have a deep throw in. And it's when Nemo looks for Rowe. Traps it inside his right foot. Pinched off him from Mills. Close feet here from Mills. Infield. Sharp turn there from Wisdom. Nice balance. Wisdom caught late as well from Tyrone and Buenemo. So a chance for another free kick to possibly cause onside some serious issues. The goal for Valenti. Low free kick from the right side. Now can they try it from the opposite side? It's going to be Harlan Morgan to take it. Certainly the subs have made a difference for Valenti. So, free kick here to be swung in from Morgan. Morgan's delivery, couldn't find a head at the back post. Again, just dipped over everyone. So just by the way, in goal now is Tyler Quinn. I mean to say Tyler Quinn's the centre-back, number 16. I'm not sure there's a number 16 on the pitch, but Tyler Quinn on the team sheet's down as a goalkeeper, so a bit of confusion there. So I'm not sure which one's actually Tyler Quinn for Valenti, by the way. But yeah, not sure the numbers right on the team sheet was positions. I'll go with the position. So Tyler Quinn is the new goalkeeper. Number 6, there's a number 16 on field for Valenti. It's centre back. Niemczewski with the goal kick. Missed clearance there from Tashola. Now is Chidi Ajay. Ajay trying to keep it in. Couldn't quite do so though on this near side. So just under 20 minutes remaining here. Last game of the day. And onside, see this one out. Throw towards halfway line. Well dealt with there from Owen Bolger. Kept in play as well from Stanley Mills, but loses the ball on this left-hand side. Emmanuel Rowe pings it back. It's well taken on control there from Franklin Enze. And that's an excellent bit of midfield play there from Kobe Asari. Now Quintero has space midway inside his own half. Squares that for Ange Dejaja. Dejaja now getting further up the pitch. Manuel Robe just loses balance, then uses his strength there. Up against Stanley Mills. Pinged out to the right side, where Valenti get it back. Now stroked across from Bolger. Run up this right-hand side from Carl Liam, couldn't get to it. Can the pass play towards him from Mills? Just a little bit too far in front of him. Short throw. And Wiley wins that off. Wisdom. Wiley's throw couldn't be flicked on from Rowe, breaks back to him. Beaten to the ball there from Iam. And now Morgan does well. Turn away for Quintero. Chasing down on this right-hand side. Onside. Cleared forwards, though, from Mason. And onside. Didn't think that was a foul there. And Alessandro Wisdom certainly a few complaints about that, led by Ife Udnao.
If he's quite a dominant person, aerially he's also a dominant person in the back line. So I can see why he was quite upset with that. But yeah, to be fair, it was a foul.
Yeah, could see from here. Got good vantage point. And yeah, it was a clear push there from Ife Udnao. Now Onside just getting themselves.
If you just look at the set piece again, look at Ange. Ange just let his man away.
Morgan pings it in,
There
and
you
a
go.
header flicked wide the target there from Eaton Bonnick.
I think it's very easy when you're in a vantage point where you can just see where they've just let their guys off. You're not really standing man for man, being tight to them. And, you know, these are the things that's happened.
Yeah, need to be more alert. Nice clipping ball there from Morgan. Eaton Bonnick wasn't really tightly marked from Franklin Enze, but wasn't punished. Header flicked towards the right corner and off target. So Damien Niemczewski releases it with his left foot towards halfway line. Header from Owen Bolger. Bit of a scrap here now collected from Asari. Good tackle there from Bolger. Rolls back to Enze. Now is Niemczewski. Just looking where he wants to place it. Goes short to the left side centre back of the back three. And Ange Dejaja just knocked into the back of him by Chidi Ajay. I do wonder if he's still trying to claim that only goal of the day for Valenti.
I think that's probably what he wants to do. I'm sure he will claim it when he gets home.
Here's Uno. All strikers do. Good pressure for Valenti, trying to win it back. But Franklin Enze does a really good job there. Gets a throw out of it as well. Throw towards Emmanuel Rowe. Controls that with his left foot. Has it given back to him. Nice sharp pass there into the feet of Kevin Quintero from Teshola. Now here's Asari. Keeps it away from Harlan Morgan. Now Quintero in support. Here's Teshola. Wants a player to come towards him. Just plays it square to the left. Wiley.
What a play.
Good trickery here from Wiley. Now can left back get the delivery in. He's already on 1 assist for the day. Does get it into the box. Really composed play there from Ruben Mason. He gets onto it as well. Just, again, very calm play from the centre back. And it comes off the back of Mason's head. Onside looking to get on the front foot. Mason, though, eventually fully clears it. Now Wiley drops into a central position. Just slacking there. Wisdom with the tackle. Helping out the side. Now it's Alessandra Wisdom. Still Alessandra Wisdom. Needs help. Does really well to hold that up there against Nathan Teshola. Back into his own half though, so the pressure from Teshola still prevailed. And Eaton Binnock, well, he certainly was under pressure. Could have played a lot better. Pass there, too far away from Ruben Mason. And Valenti concede the throw. They get it back quickly. Harlan Morgan intercepted that throw with his head. And now timing the ball for Owen Bolger. Finds Latumba. And good tracking back there from Mbuenimo.
And you know what's quite interesting is Tyrone Mobemimo. Like, no one's really got past him. Same like Iffy today. They're just all winning their 1v1 battles. And I've noticed that they're trying to take it more central now. But that's also proving difficult because of you've got Nathan and Kevin Gonzalez.
Yeah, well, Onside haven't actually conceded an open play today as well. The goal for Valenti came from a free kick. So, again, an open play. Onside Academy done exceptionally well. Here's Asari. Turns on his right foot. Nearly off balance there. Manages to just poke that back in time to the Jaja. Now, speaking of time, Nathan Teshola had plenty of that on the ball. Picks out a good pass to Franklin Enze. And Enze couldn't find a teammate. Ruben Mason read that situation well. That's the middle with Harlan Morgan. Here's Kyle Eam. Eam back to Eaton Bonnick across here to the number 16. Now first time there from Owen Bolger. Nice turn from Lutumba. Doubled up on there from Quintero. And then a quick tackle coming in from Tyrone and Mbuenimo. Again, we spoke about him, man, with a great defensive game.
Yeah.
Once again, doing really well there.
Yeah. For me, Lutumba, bloody hell, is a bloody good player, isn't he?
He is, yeah.
For Valenti.
I've been very impressed with him. Again, I really enjoyed that battle, seeing him and Dayrobe in the first half. And Wisdom just barged to the ground there. Through the back of him, although Nathan Teshola said it was just a fair shoulder barge. Alessandra Wisdom still just sitting down on the turf. Just feeling the force of Teshola. I don't know, actually. I could see why Teshola was a bit frustrated with the referee there. I do like, shoulder barges to be waved away if they're fair ones, and that one actually wasn't too bad.
Funny you should say that. I always say that in terms of football's a contact sport, but it's one of those ones.
Yeah, it is, to be fair. Maybe the referee just thought that Teshola wasn't really shoulder to shoulder with this man, went from behind. Morgan's free kick now falls in a good position for Ajay to get shot off. It's a tame one save from Liam Chesky and cleared away to safety. Okay, good chance there for Chidi. Ajay just couldn't, it came so quickly and snapshot was very tame and getting well dealt with there from Florian Ada, number 13, you see there, just clearing out the penalty area. Liam Chesky still had to be alert. Again, Ajay will be slightly disappointed with that finish. Number 16 loops in the throne. Onside needs to get this away. Wisdom trying to get it back for his side. There was a clear pull there from Alessandra Wisdom on the shirt of Tyrone and Buenimo. So just 10 minutes remaining here in this last match of the day. That's been a really good one. Onside with their 3-1 lead.
I think it's been a really, really interesting match, to be fair.
Certainly, and again, I think substitutes made a difference for Valenti as well, just giving them the fresh legs and certainly giving something different for Onside to deal with. Onside just very clinical in that first half. That's two outstanding goals from Quintero and Emmanuel Rowe. Emmanuel Rowe got his second through a wonderful delivery from Seb Wiley. And Valenti got their goal back. Flat free kick for Noam Bolger, went through everyone though. Chidi Ajay, number 12, did swing his right foot towards the ball. He looked like he was insinuating he did get a slight touch on it. I'd like to see it back, maybe at a more closer replay possibly. But they all count.
I think it looks like Little Robe has come back on.
Excellent.
I'm just trying to see who he's come off for.
Liam Chesky's free kick.
Oh, I think he's come off for his brother. I know.
It's a throw here for Valenti. Still trying to work out who the younger Robe has come on for. And clever free kick one there from Nathan Teshola. Again, just got himself in between the ball and the man, which was Alessandra Wisdom. And that is a free kick.
I think he's come on for Tyrone Mimo. Tyrone. Yeah, it looks like that's what it looks like.
Free kick pinged out to the left. Really nice supply there into Wiley from Teshola. Won the free kick. Play back from Asari into Dejaja. Liam Chesky under pressure. Stays calm, goes long. Nice cushion header there from Florian Ada. Couldn't quite set away Quintero. Well read there from Tyler Quinn in the Valenti goal. And his clearance. It's a powerful one. All the way back deep inside the onside half. And it'll be Franklin Enze. It's had a really good game. Right side of that. Well, started as a central offensive pairing, along with Iffy Udnao, but Ange Dejaja has joined that back line in this second half to make it a back three. It will be throw eventually taken. Well controlled there from Mills inside. First time there from Ajay. Now Lutumba to Mills, dinks it in from that left-hand side, just missed control now left for Harlan Morgan. His shot blocked from Seb Wiley. Harlan Morgan found the back of net from there. Would have really been well and truly game on. These last just over 6 minutes, normal time remaining here. between the two under-19s of Onside and Valenti. Flat corner kick, and Wisdom got there but couldn't quite get that strike off on the volley. Here's Iam to Bolger, good tackle there from Quintero. Now Wiley just calms things down. Liam Chesky in space to clear that out of the penalty area. They just find Florian Ada, and that is excellent defending there from Sashon Lutumba. Gets across, and Kyle Iam is just stretching down. He's down here, as you can see. Zoom in shot for Valenti. Possibly that might mean another substitution. Looks like Ben Barney played it right back in the first half. Is set to come on in these last minutes for Valenti. Carl Liam just doing a few stretches. Maybe just it was a bit of cramp. Well, he is moving slightly gingerly. So we'll see if Bobby Bowery is going to take him off. Again, just the discussion going on between Stanley Mills and Chidi Ajay. And it looks like that Shimron Eaton Bonick is fine to continue here at the back for Valenti. He's not been moving too well, so Owen Bolger, man who scored the free kick, is off along with Carl Liam, so he won't be continuing. So Ben Barney is back on here for Valenti, and the other man on is who impressed Alex and I in that first half, number 8, Ronan Hutchins. So now Ben Barney just come back on the pitch. First job is to take the throw here for Valenti. Over halfway, header back from Chidi Ajay, and Harlan Morgan had a heavy touch there with his left foot. Throw from Wiley. Nice hold up play here from Quintero. Oh, beautiful drag back into Wiley. Wiley looks to get forwards, but good covering there from Morgan. Now poor touch there from Barney. Here's Quintero just behind the D, shifts it onto his left foot, then back onto his right. Then that was a slightly too aggressive there from Ronan Hutchins, and this is in Kevin Quintero range. Can he score his second free kick of the day and well and truly wrap this up for Onside Academy?
The problem is if you let Eman take it, he probably will knock down the post. So I think let's leave it for Kevin.
Two brilliant options again. Emmanuel Robe on a hat-trick. Fair to say, I think Alex is right there. Might take down the post if he goes for it. It's been left for Kevin Quintero, probably the most safe option. So Quintero standing side onto the ball, just to the left of it. Lines it up. Quintero again into the wall this time. Cross dinked in there from Teshola. And David Robes cut back comfortable there for Tyler Quinn. Now quick throw from Quinn out to the right. Hutchins down this near side. Alessandro Wisdom holds up. He's got 3 onside men around him.
Oh, come on.
And Wisdom wins the free kick. I didn't see too much in that.
Very soft.
Yeah.
I would love to see that again. That looks soft to me.
Well, if we can see a replay possibly, Wiley is the man who gave that away, but just saying to the referee, there was not much in that again. Let's have a look at this one. It was actually a Uno, and
if he holding on to him.
Yeah, again,
bit soft.
I thought that was soft. Again, it could have possibly stayed up on his feet, but the referee had a good view of it. He thought there was enough in that to give a free kick.
Robe is off.
Can he get Valenti into it? So Manuel Robe, so he won't be getting his hat trick. And Hutchins takes the free kick, misses Wisdom, and number 16 sends back Valenti, swings for the ball, taken away from him just as he was about to go for that shot with his left foot, taken away from him by. Looks like it's Udno. Took that away from his feet. Thrown in, that's a decent attempt there. Quickly, instinctive one, acrobatic hit there from Shimron Eaton Bonick. couldn't quite find the corner from that. Yeah, certainly got himself good position to take that on. Yeah, bounced a little bit awkward for him, so had to improvise silence the ball. Just that scissor hit there with his left foot. And Onside are closing on the second victory of the day. This one's been a closer contest between the two under-19s, but both have been very, very good games. Liam Chessie's goal kick. Had a one there from Morgan. Here's Hutchins. That's well cut out there from Teshola. Teshola ordering Quintero to give it to the left. And a Bono just come back on the field. Bono goes for the shot, hits it into the side netting. Came off the fingertips of Tyler Quinn. As Emmanuel Bonner tried to defeat him at his near post, but Quinn was not to be defeated. Again, Quintero set the one up nicely for Bonner. Well, as the replay's going on, short corner's been taken. Quintero, delightful feet. Back to Wiley. Wiley's delivery towards the back post, comfortable catch for Quinn. And Quinn will just take his time. Rolls it short to Ruben Mason. Right footed ball for Chidi Ajay to take. Jason. Well cleared away there. On the far side. Again, yeah, really good defending from Iffy. Udnao. Lutumba Stroke has it back again. Here's Morgan. Pass just intercepted very quickly from Teshola. Now, here comes Wiley. Finds a Bonner, has space. Can he get it on target this time? And it's hit the side netting. Two really good chances at the end for Emmanuel Bonner. Could have easily been 5-1. And him joining Emmanuel Robin on the score sheet with a double. Not meant to be. Onside do win once again. 3-1 victors over Valenti in the under-19s game. The final one of the day. And it was two outstanding first half goals from Kevin Quintero and Emmanuel Rowe, which made the difference. Quintero's free kick off the underside of the bar. And then his goal was outshone from Emmanuel Rowe. Just a rasping drive with his right foot. Just cut in. Just the sheer power of it. Yeah, Endurance Johnson, absolutely no chance. Emmanuel Rowe got his second as Onside grew into the second 45 minutes. It was quite a slow start. Lovely delivery from Seb Wiley and Emmanuel Rowe at the back post to head it in for 3-0. Valenti did get one back. Flat free kick from Owen Bolger. I think it would be given to number 4, Owen Bolger. Although Chidi Ajay did swing his right foot at it. Again, two big chances at the end for Emmanuel Bonner to further score for Onside Academy. It's on the 19s match, but it was 3-1 in the end. A real enjoyable day of football here in Worthing. And certainly I hope you all have enjoyed watching it. Again, some excellent talent on show for both Onside and Valenti. I had scouts watching today as well, which is great to see, including one from Wigan Athletics. So there's some big scouts watching. So Alex, before we end this stream, another great day of Onside Academy football. So just what your general thoughts been on both games?
Yeah, the both games have been really, really good, and you know what I wanted to do is obviously hear from both sides of the managers as well, because for me it's one of those things whereby we people don't understand how these things happen behind the scenes. Valenti have been class. When I say class, in terms of their organisation, when we play matches, it's not like a normal friendly. There's a lot that goes behind the scenes. There's a lot of these things that happen, and I have to say that I'm really, really, really proud of the players that have obviously played for both teams today. But it wouldn't be right for me not to obviously speak to some of the players and just have them say a few words.
Emmanuel, great performance today in this final match. 2 goals for you. How did you feel in your performance?
As Onside has given me this opportunity to express myself. I've been here for a long time. They've helped me develop from when I wasn't good to now when I'm working hard and I'm Now I'm doing what I can do at my best, very best. So congratulations to Onside for doing this for me.
Yeah, could you just explain how much hard work goes behind the scenes for getting you prepared for these matches? Because including a whole team, but including you in particular, you always seem to shine them and score goals.
Honestly, I can't count on my fingers the amount of rejections I had from in the country to out the country, and Onside has been there through my every step, backing me, telling me to keep working hard, telling me to do it elsewhere, and the chance will come. It's all about timing, and praise to the Lord as well.
Yeah, great to play your little brother today
Yeah.
as well. That was a really good moment. He had a really good game as well, playing from that right hand side.
I appreciate it, man, because obviously him as well, obviously for me to lead him, but for him to do it himself at such a young age, at 17, playing under 19s, obviously that says a lot. That says a lot in our family.
Great stuff. Well played today, Emmanuel, and congratulations on the 2 goals and the win as well.
Thank you, appreciate it.
Great performance today, Emmanuel, and just what your general thoughts on the day as a whole as well. 2 great wins for the under-16s and the under-19s here.
No, I appreciate that. For me, it's just about the platform for the boys and just, providing them with the opportunity to kind of move on. The 16s, we had a short period of time with them. We spent about 4 weeks with them in total, and obviously to come out there and do what they done today, it was a testament to their hard work.
Yeah, great to see, and again, so much hard work's gone behind the scenes. It's been a real quick process and a lot of hard work, and again to find the right players for these games, and again the levels they performed at as well. The quality from both sets of players was extremely good to watch today.
No, I really appreciate that. I think for me, the boys done themselves justice today, and it's been quite successful. My phone is still pinging, and hopefully there should be some success stories very, very shortly.
Can I ask a question, Iman? Especially with the 19 game, when we saw that the Emmanuel's rocket of a goal, we were talking in the commentary, and I was like, well, we're used to that. But you tell me about the goal.
I think he does it in training, but he didn't really capture it. So for him to kind of do it in this big stage, well done to him. So I think he took it in and he just let loose. So it's a good goal, and I'll probably say for me he was my man of the match.
Cool. I want to bring Simon in as well in regards to, I think Simon's, I would say, more of the tactical phase, tactical lead of Onside. So Simon, how did you find the game today?
Yeah, I think the game went really well for both teams. I think for the 19s, especially in the last game, they done everything to a T. We managed to switch the formation about 25-30 minutes in, and they dealt with it well. Take it into the last stages, we switched it again, and they were still doing quite well. So, overall, they done really well.
That's great. And Simon, again, as Alex said there, that you're very focused on sort of the more tactical sort of stuff. And again, how do you think the under-16 and the under-19s played out the tactics today? And the back three in particular, I really enjoyed it's certainly the first game. I kept pointing out to Alex how comfortable the back three looked on the ball, and in both games as well when you switch your back three in the second one.
Yeah, it was a real focus point yesterday, and for the last couple of weeks to a month, where we've told the boys, look, if we're going to play a back three, we need to trust you. That's all it was about today in both games, the trust, and they really, really delivered on that. We did mention to them beforehand, get your distances right. In the back three, if you get your distance wrong, they can attack the wings. As everyone knows, the fullback areas are always going to be free, but because they were compact and they talked to each other, they knew what to do. They covered it really well. Especially in the first game, they didn't concede any goals. I think we were quite unlucky to concede that goal in the under-19s game, but overall, the defending today, amazing. So it really does show grassroots teams out there that are trying to learn from clubs like Arsenal, clubs like Valenti. Trust your players. Trust your players. Give them instructions, and they'll do it to a T.
Lastly, just for the next whenever the next game is going to be, just about improving the players even further. And again, hopefully this live game today gives these players more opportunities to develop even further, and they'll catch the eye of more top academies from Football League clubs, for example.
Yeah, that's what it's about. That's what it's about, Tom. We want to give that platform to these players. You got to remember they're still quite young, so for them to come all the way down here and perform like this is amazing. They're so used to maybe what they get locally. To come all the way to a big club like this, perform on a pitch like this, and play with people they've only really met recently. it's an amazing thing, you know, and that's something that we push out Onside. You know, you can come from all sorts of places, but when you come here, can you gel? Can you perform on the big stage? And that's what, you know, both teams done today. So credit to them.
Great to see.
And last question before I let you guys go, before we speak to Bobby Barry. Emmanuel, what would you say is the biggest takeout from today's game so far? In terms of the two games, what's the biggest takeout? Because what we've seen scouts have come here today. We've seen a lot of scouts obviously approach you during the half time. But what's the major takeaway from this game?
That's a good question. I think the major takeaway from this game is to you know, trust the process, and there's still boys out there who will, you know, go out there and obviously perform to the best of their ability. For me, what I will personally take out from the game as well is that, you know, the boys obviously they worked hard for this, and the scouts obviously they've kind of like taken their time as well to come down to these kind of games and pick the players that they want to pick. So for me, it's just about 16s is still a good age to obviously push boys on, and there's still a lot of players out there to make it in the end of the day.
Thank you very much, Eman. And I'm sure we're going to be joined by Bobby Barry in just a couple of seconds. But for me, what the coaches said for me makes a lot of sense. It's about giving a platform to some of these kids to be able to perform at a bigger stage. And for me, that's the what matters the most. And hopefully we'll get to hear from Bobby very, very shortly. I believe he's coming up. He's just going to be 2 minutes. But in terms of it, we just want players to be moved on. We just want the development. That for us is like the biggest thing for us. And you know, when you see like some scouts that have approached us today and said, "Oh, you know, Alex, you know, I've seen that player before. Actually, you know what? We want to bring him in." That means a lot, not to us, but also to the players. We're all volunteers at the end of the day. And you know, we talk about the people that are filming. You know, CJP. They're amazing. They've been following us since we started the live game, and they've come 4 or 5 hours away. They didn't have to, but they have. And a testament also to the people that have joined them today, the film crew and everybody else. So, you know, there's a lot of effort that goes in to what we try to do. And like I said, some people believe in it, some people don't believe in it. And sometimes that's quite sad. And that's the reason why you were asking me earlier on in the stream why we decided to come back for the final year. And the only thing I would say is it's the kids. That's why we do it for.
Definitely. And they all put on a great display today, put everything into that game. And that's some real high quality football on display from both sides, and hopefully we'll hear from Bobby Barry shortly. Again, Academy Director of Valenti, who I thought played some really good stuff today in both games, and obviously the under-19s stepped it up really well against the onside under-19s. So again, that final game was more of a closer contest, and that was a really good matchup. But again, the Valenti under-16s, yeah, look at the scoreline, it's 5-0, but again, what they'll take out that game and the development that they're just going to get further from it. You know, playing in front of the cameras can be a bit nervy for some players, but I think they stood up to the task really well, and I'm sure, you know, those under-16s Valenti will come back even stronger. So hopefully we'll hear from Bobby Barry shortly. Here are the goals, by the way, for you to enjoy. Okay, cracking strike there from Kevin Quintero. I mentioned just before he scored that free kick how good he is from dead ball situation. He didn't half show that there off the inside of the crossbar again. And Ifo Woes wants that ball played into him, but Emmanuel thought differently. What a hit. What a hit, sorry, my voice almost going there. On the side of the crossbar. Again, excellent defending there from Ife Udnao. He had a brilliant game for onside number 6. So just coming up now is Bobby Barry, Academy Director of Valenti. Should be really pleased with the performances his players put in. So we're now joined by Bobby Barry, Academy Director of Valenti. Bobby, really good day's football. How did you think both your sides played?
I thought the under-16s were showing how to play the game at a different level, in my opinion, in terms of the pace and power. And the big difference was when you play from going from top grassroots football to academy football, it's a big eye-opener for everybody to see today, that you've got players at onside who are not even signed, absolutely be terrific in the first game. I thought they were outstanding in terms of the way they played, their attitude, their mentality. That's a big thing watching that for me as an ex-player as well. Second game, we expected it to be a lot more even. 3 absolutely stunning goals from them. We didn't take a couple of our chances. The game became quite even at the end. Obviously, Onside made some changes. Actual spectacle of football, I thought it was really, really good for clubs to actually see players who are striving to get into the level. And if I'm looking at that on the outside, I went into the game at 19 years of age. Never come out to us 36, and I just think that there's so many boys here with the right people, the right platform, can be super proud of themselves today. And for me, looking at this, the reason why I've got involved in this with Onside, they're very like-minded like us in terms of they do it for the boys. We're all on a day off here. No one's getting paid. We just want to make sure we put on a really good thing and keep the process going. And it's really nice to work with people that are such genuine people, because I'm in football at every level and I don't meet a lot of genuine football all the time, people. These guys here, I can't wait to help with them and with players and helping them out, because they're good people as well. So it's been a great day's football. Personally, watching it for me as an ex-player, seeing these kids absolutely just enjoy playing football. So it's been a fantastic day.
Thank you very much, Bobby. Thanks for the kind words. Bobby, what would you say is very quite unique about the Valenti Academy unlike other academies in London? Because obviously you guys are having an academy model, but also have a college program, which a lot of people that obviously are listening today would like to know more. Can you just tell us about your education program?
Well, the education program is run out of 2 sites. In the hotbed of sort of London, we're at the London Nautical School, Waterloo, which is it's produced Reece Nelson, Bettinelli, the goalkeeper, some quite really good big players, Johnny Bostock as well. Yeah. And we've had the lad Kwame Poku go from our programme to Peterborough, 3 or 4 other boys from that programme. And because it's in central London, you can attract all of the different type of kids from different areas of London because it's so central. We've got a really good platform in terms of trying to place the players at clubs. The other programme at Coomwood School, which is a £35 million school in Croydon, you get a different type of kid in terms of, a bit more affluent, nicer kid, if I'm honest with you. But for me, I like the rough diamonds who have had a troubled past, maybe something's not right in their background, and they're the ones for me who go and actually develop in football and have got a hunger and a desire to do really, really well. And, for me, just watching it today, I've seen players today that unbelievable in terms of their 1v1 ability, receiving skills, and the thing that changes games, pace and power. You can coach all you want. Look at the 2 goals that they scored today on the break. Unbelievable.
Great to see. And lastly, Bobby, what is the future of Valenti? Just hopefully getting more events like this and just developing those players even further. For live games like this in front of the cameras, great chance to showcase their talent.
Yeah, listen, we like Onside play all over the country at the moment with games. It's just about putting the process in place to make sure it's the right time for everyone, and also it's no point in just going to play a game where the boy's not going to get taken. So for us, working alongside a big company like Onside who do the things the right way, put their money where their mouth is. I mean, let's get it right. How many non-pro academies would put an event like this on today for over 50 boys, so credit to the boys, but also I've got to say big props to Onside, because they've been fantastic alongside my team of Stuart Christie and Kevin Lima. And listen, very rare that you work with good people and you actually get on with, so it's a fantastic achievement today for everyone.
Thank you very much.
Great to see. Thanks joining us, Bobby, and your team played really well today, and hopefully some more great games in the future.
Listen, I really appreciate it, guys. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thanks.
Cheers. Thanks, man. Well, thanks for joining us here on today's live stream, and hopefully join us for the next one soon. We're not sure when that's going to be yet, but check the Onside Academy socials. Type in Onside Academy on Twitter, and you'll find all the latest news there. And of course, subscribe to the YouTube channel where the live events will be in the future. Well, again, Alex, thanks for having you by my side today.
No, I should be saying thank you. Thank you, Tom. Honestly, thank you, Tom. Honestly, you've been following us for a number of years. You've come far. You've come as far as Hereford. I want to say thank you very much. It's all right saying thank you to everybody, but thank you for yourself, because you've done an amazing job. Thank you to CJP. Thank you for all the staff. I do apologise for keeping you as long as you wanted, but we wanted to obviously get everybody. And I want to also thank Manuel, Simon, Okwe, Jessica, all of the coaching staff, Festus, who have come, taken a day off to come and support the boys. So just thank you, everyone, and thank you for everyone that's watching.
No, my pleasure, Alex. It's always love commentating on this game, and it's so exciting to see the talent. So we'll leave it there. The sun sets here in Worthing. 2 great games here today, and hopefully see more in the future. Thanks all for watching, and we'll see you next time.
Thank you very, very, very much. Thank you so much, guys.